Welcome to the DorkLair live stream. We are going to keep it pretty chill tonight. I don't even have a slideshow. I've got a couple links, couple news things, but most importantly, we have a giveaway going on today, a sponsored giveaway that we'll get to when we get to that part of the news. I think people are going to like this one, although the prize is going to be delayed just a little bit on this giveaway. But anyway, it's Thursday, October 12th, and we are deep into Q4, right? Wow. What's up, guys?
Yeah. Speaking of Q, you're talking about Q4, and now I'm thinking about work again. So let's not say Q4. It's been a great couple of weeks. We've gotten the house unpacked. You see behind me, I still have some boxes here in the office. I need to get another bookshelf. But things are coming together. We're having a fence installed in the backyard tomorrow. We're very excited about that. So we can let the boys run around like crazy.
Yep.
And then we've got 2 chandeliers that need to be hung. I got all the ceiling fans hung. We had a guy come in and hang the light fixture in the dining room, not because it was overly complicated, but it's really ornate and there's a lot of strings to balance to get it level. And I could look at that thing and just tell that something would have flown across the room before I would have been finished. So we just bit the bullet and paid someone to put that in. So yeah, we get those couple of things, and we've got a Salvation Army coming by, I think in the next couple of days, to pick up a bunch of stuff, and we're this close to being able to get a car in the garage. So we're pretty excited about that. But I've had, I don't know, are either of you guys, remind me, are y'all collecting classified or anything from Hasbro Pulse?
Not in a bit. Yeah.
I did end up reordering Snow Job. I pre-ordered Snow Job.
Did you get it yet?
I had canceled it because it was too much, because it was just one figure plus the shipping. It was just too much. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll just switch my pre-order of Ultra Magnus. I had ordered that on Amazon. Maybe I'll switch that over to Pulse and order that. And so I did that, and then I was like, you know what? I feel like Amazon is going to like ship that out sooner. So then I just kept my Amazon one, and I canceled I ended up canceling the one on Pulse, and they shipped out my Snow Job. So I got free shipping on Snow Job. I hacked the system. But yeah, that was the thing. It was like they shipped Snow Job and Ultra Magnus hadn't shipped yet. So like, maybe I could try this. But it hasn't arrived yet. It just shipped yesterday.
Well, the reason I asked is, you order this stuff, and, I remember a couple of years ago, we would talk about how, well, you pre-order something and it says it's coming in November, and it's like late November, early December. And then they kind of went through a shift where you'd pre-order stuff and it started arriving sooner. And now, like this past 2 weeks, I think I've had like 10 or 12 different G.I. Joe figures arrive, like just a deluge of G.I. Joe stuff. Yeah. And some Transformer stuff, and Ultra Magnus shipped yesterday or today.
Oh, so it did ship. That's funny.
Yeah, it did ship. So, I mean, they are just because I had, plenty of issues with them early on, taking forever to ship stuff. And now, man, they're just like bam, 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 bam. And I've got like Grunt's getting ready to ship, Tripwire's getting ready. They're like, oh, these are being prepared. And I said to Steph, I know what they're doing. All this stuff that was supposed to come in December, they're doing it now so that you can financially recover in time to spend more money at Christmas. That's exactly what they're doing. So, but yeah, man, it's I'm still getting the collection room together. I'm on my last wall now. I saved the worst for last. I saved the Figure Arts and Mafex wall for last, because I knew that was going to be the most tedious. But so we're getting after that. Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. It's thankfully though, Marvel with the quality of what they've been putting out has discouraged me from buying more stuff. So I've been able to do a few Marvel Legends here and there and save some cash.
Yeah, it's funny. Like the figures that are ultra posable are a double-edged sword, right? Like you love all the posability, but you can't just pop it on the shelf in a like generic crappy pose. You got to spend that time to make it look good, right?
It's not just the posability; they come with all these accessories. Yeah. So, I've got a whole Iron Man shelf. So I've got to have all of them doing something different repulsor rays,
Right.
different poses, different this
Yeah.
and that. And I blame you, Bill, because Figure Arts was what got me here. And then you made me expand it and you got Mathx going and,
Yeah.
and Mezco 112. So
Yeah.
all that's on you, buddy.
So we got super chat from Jeff. $2 super chat. Smash that like button. Thank you very much. I don't say that enough, but yeah, it helps a lot when folks hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and so on. I will be, by the way, publishing a review right after this. So I waited so that I can do it after the episode just so that's not overlapping. But this guy right here, the
Oh,
new
awesome.
Shadow Orc
That's cool.
from the reinforcements wave. I have that review just ready to go. I put it up early for the members. I'm trying to do that a little bit more just to support the supporters or to, thank the supporters and just give them a little something extra. But yeah, thank you, Jeff, for the super chat, and hit that like button, everybody. How about you, Chris? What's going on, dude?
Not much lately as far as toys go. We've been traveling a lot. We went to Arizona, Sedona area, and at Scottsdale. That was a lot of fun. And then last week we were at Colorado for
Oh, I saw that. You had a football game or something?
Yeah.
I went to we just kind of wait and bought tickets kind of when they got cheap near to start kickoff. But yeah, we were the first half of the trip. We were in Rocky Mountain National Park area, like Estes Park, and yeah, just beautiful stuff there. It snowed a little bit, so like they made all the mountains like snow capped, kind of like what you hope to see, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I spent the latter half of the trip in Denver itself and stuff. So then went to the Broncos Jets game. So
Nice.
I was
Which
going
is
to ask
crazy-
you which
crazy 'cause
game
they're
it
playing
was. I
tonight,
couldn't
too.
remember which one it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun game. So we got pretty good seats in the lower level, and just kind of I was like, yeah, no one, the Broncos stink. Nobody likes Jets out there probably, but the stadium was pretty full. Like I was expecting there to be like dirt cheap tickets, but we just wound up paying a little more to get good seats. But yeah, the stadium was pretty cool there.
It's the best time to go see games. October, really.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's my favorite time of year.
It was
Yeah.
it was like 78 there too. It was
Oh, wow.
hot. We were
Wow.
we just lucked out that our seats were in the shade like for 3/4 of the game.
Yeah.
Because we were walking there. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be sweating my balls off for like 4 hours. But then we just sat down. I'm like, oh, we're in the shade. Nice.
Well, it's funny. It depends on, really where you are. Steph and I, we just had our 1-year wedding anniversary. And I was thinking back, we went to Vegas for our honeymoon. It was this time last year.
Yeah.
Nice and cool here. But man, in Vegas, it was still in the mid to high 80s and low 90s some days, even in early October. So we decided that anytime we do a Vegas trip from now on, it's going to be October, November, because that's when you do so much walking out there. We were getting 20, 25,000, 30,000 steps per day.
That's great.
Yeah, it's nice to just walk up and down there.
So I can only imagine how hellish it would be in July.
Right.
Eric wants to know how the Patriots are. Not good. I actually haven't really been watching and paying attention much, just kind of looking at the scores. I haven't really had I don't have cable, and there's been a couple games on Fox where I have trouble tuning in Fox over the air, and I get CBS, which is what they're usually on. But yeah, I haven't really seen too much. We've been kind of busy too, so yeah, but they just look like garbage from what I can see this year. So yeah, whatever.
Much better than the Giants, so no matter what.
Yeah, well, see, I'm sitting over here as a Cowboys fan, and I don't know from 1 week to the next which team's going to show up.
Right.
We've got one team that looks like they could kill anybody, and another team that looks like they couldn't beat a college team. So I don't know what we have.
And there was another comment here. Bill, talk about your inspiration for the Von box. So I've mentioned this before. Emil Wickman and Brian Burke, Von Burke Customs. They're doing a series, and the influencers series is going on right now. And I got to sort of give my description of like a head sculpt that I would want to see. I haven't seen it yet, and I don't know if it's. I mean, I know I saw somebody. I think it was Blake actually, who has it, but he didn't open it up, and I don't want to see it until I get mine. It's in the mail and it's coming. I don't want to say what I can say that my inspiration, that my general area was Star Wars, and and I wanted it to be like kind of like towards cosmic. So those are the only things I'll say for now.
Nice. That's cool.
Cool. It'll be nice
So-
to see.
I'm guessing somebody will probably reveal it. Maybe like if like somebody might show it, because if people are on, I think it would be the West Coast getting it first. Somebody will post it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it looks like some people in the chat got them already.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, can I back up real quick? I wanted to make a recommendation. Going back to the G.I. Joe Classified, the only versions of those figures that come with actual stands are the ones that are the retro on the retro card backs. The ones in the regular box do not come with stands. And I found a seller on eBay that custom made stands for the figures. And I wanted to give him a shout out. So anyone out there that needs, because I've tried every kind of stand, right? I tried the Mezco, I tried the NECA, I tried something else that I'd ordered from someone, and they just can't get it right. There's a seller on eBay. It's Alan Grigg, ALANGRIG, one word, Alan Grigg. If you need stands for your classifieds, look him up. I just bought a 50-pack of them for $40, worth every penny. So definitely want to give him a recommendation while we're on here, because it's a fantastic product, super fast shipping. So really good guy to deal with.
Are they like injection molded or like 3D printed or?
You know what? I don't know enough about those processes to be able to tell you just from looking at them. I could ask him and then mention it the next time we're on. But the thing that I like about the stands, they're the same size as the stands that come with, I should have brought one in here with me, that come with the classified figures. They have two pegs. A lot of times when you buy a figure stand, it only has one peg, and these have two pegs. So you've got, a lot of versatility there. And they're really, really snug. They fit the peg holes perfectly. The only one you might have an issue with is some of the females, because they put the pegs on those typically on the front of the foot, and they might not be as deep. So for my Lady J, I literally took a fingernail file and did two like that, and that's all I filed off, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have that with my. I forget the seller, Star Stands or something like that, but I have.
That was the vintage collection stands, right?
Yeah, the vintage collections ones where they're sometimes too tall, and I just take my model kit snips and just like snip a little bit off.
That or a pair of fingernail clippers will do the same thing.
Yep, totally.
Yep.
Sorry, were you finished, Chris? Did you have any pickups or anything like that you were
No,
showing?
I was just going to mention I held off on Amazon Prime Day. There was a couple of like 4 or 5 like Super 7 Ultimates that were like $28 or $29, and I was like, I don't need these right now. Just don't buy them. Don't buy them. So I was proud of myself a little bit there.
Yeah, it's almost like reliable that you can get Super 7 Ultimate stuff for cheaper now. And even the Thunder Tank was $400 today on Big Bad. It's like $50 less than the original price, and that you had to add shipping, I think, originally. And then here we have Eric mentioning the Conan. I think it's the War Paint Conan in the Serpent mode. It's also Doom. Like those are awesome. Those figures are great and definitely worth that $58 for the pair of those.
Yeah, I thought about them too.
Yeah, they're nice.
I know we always talk like it's gonna end where they're gonna be that cheap and that easy to get. So it's like at some point I need to jump on and get these, but holding off for now. It's almost Christmas. Maybe I'll have something to ask for.
Yeah. So I got in a while back. This took a long time to ship, but a while back there was a deal for these Scout Trooper Return of the Jedi Scout Troopers. I know there's another Mandalorian one out there right now too, but the Return of the Jedi one was $25 on Amazon.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, it's a good deal. Yeah.
And this thing looks awesome. I love the look of this. And then the I didn't know it, but the figure is carded and it came on a pristine, unpunched card. And I was like,
Just
damn
had to
it.
buy
Like,
another one.
so I did, but luckily it was back to $25.
Oh, awesome.
So I
That's
ordered
all
another
right.
one. Hopefully that one won't come mingled or anything, because I just had to open this up. It just
Yeah.
looked too cool. But I got that. Of course, I have these guys. He's got the horns from another figure on there, but this is the vampire phalanx from the reinforcements wave that we can talk about in a few. And is that it? I think that was. I did get my Exo 6 Quark in, but I have not opened it yet. That's
Cool.
that's one I need some time to just like sit and really spend time opening a figure like that.
I still have so much stuff to open. I've opened, like when I was unpacking the room, every time I finished a shelf, I would let myself open something. And I've opened some of the G.I. Joe figures, but I've still got so much, like that Biker Scout you just showed. I have a whole box of vintage collection that I haven't even touched. And I'm glad you showed that, because that's one of the ones I can't wait to get to.
Yeah. And then I did make a Prime Day purchase. There were some vintage collection figures on Amazon that were really cheap. Larry, close your ears here. I picked up Riva for $5. The figure itself looks phenomenal.
Oh, the figure looks great.
The character's not well loved, but the figure looks fantastic. So those are $5. I picked up 2 of those so I could have one on card. Hopefully, if they come decent, which is always a crapshoot. And then they had the 3-pack from Obi-Wan, which is the little Jawa Tika Obi-Wan with the blue, and then the Purge Trooper, like the Phase 2 Stormtrooper version of the Purge Trooper. They had that 3-pack for $25.
Wow.
So I ordered a second set of that, mostly just to get a second Purge Trooper, and I might just sell the Obi-Wan. I might keep the Jawa, just take whatever little bit off of him that makes him Tika. And but yeah, so that was my awesome deal Prime Day thing. And
good.
Yeah. It reminds me, a couple months ago, I was at I think it was an FYE at the mall, and they got the retro Obi-Wan and Riva. They were like $4. I was like, I'll just get these.
Yeah.
If you can find something for a deal like that, I mean, doggone, pick them up. It's just that they're charging so much for these vintage collection figures now. I got last week Nine Numb, Jared, and there was another one that came with that assortment. Those came, and I was telling Steph, once I get all of the characters from the original trilogy, I'm going to be done with that line. And I think there are like 8 or 9 of them left from the original 96. And then, of course, they're making, all the background. Like if they ever do the Tonica sisters, or they do, those kind of characters, of course, I would pick those up. But I'm thankfully, because the prices are going up so much, I'm really getting close to being able to say, okay, I'm going to step away from the vintage collection, because it's getting overwhelming.
I canceled my N1, the N1 Starfighter.
Did you?
Mando's Starfighter, because I just kept seeing pictures and I just want it to be painted. Like with having the Razor Crest back there, like there are some parts of it that are silver and they look painted, but then a lot of the fuselage is that like silver, and it's shiny. It's like glossy, but it's like that silver marbled, like where you get that marbling,
swirly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's kind of disappointing. Yeah, I never pre-ordered that, but I was like, oh, that's something maybe I'll get in the long run. I mean, and I'm assuming I'll get it on sale if I do get it. But
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm only gonna buy it if it's like $75. I'm not gonna spend $130 on it.
I've found myself going back and canceling a lot of pre-orders for odds and ends. Things like that. And I had gone in and I'd pre-ordered the Jabba's Palace stuff in the throne room. I finally pulled the trigger on that. And then I was like, no, I went in and canceled those, because one, economy of the amount of space I have in the room, I'm having to be way more judicious with that. And then now that we've got everything unpacked, I was able to see how many boxes of things that I had in my storage unit. So, I mean, it's just, there's so much stuff that I need to sell and pick through and decide, I told Steph, I said, once I get to where I'm actually getting this stuff up and getting it sold, I'm going to be able to do like Bill and finance what's coming in with what's going out. Just
I've
because
been
I've
selling
reached
a ton lately,
yeah,
a lot.
I've reached a point of critical mass where I'll continue to collect masterpieces. I'll continue with the Mondo Masters. That Beastman is on order right now.
Did you order it yet? Because I think that I saw an ultimatum.
It closes tomorrow. Yeah, it closes tomorrow at noon. Yeah, I've got that ordered. I'm toying with the idea of ordering a second one because I missed Trap Jaw, and that way I'd have something to trade, possibly find a trade for it. Just kind of bouncing that back and forth in my head.
The price looked pretty darn good.
Did you see how big it is?
Yeah, thing's massive.
It's enormous. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize how until you just see you see it next to the other figures. That thing's massive. So, but yeah, just reaching that point where I've got to make some decisions. And, just like I said, I think because they're kind of getting to the point with masterpieces where they've made most of the things that I want. And I think what I may do is kind of move into the, and I never thought I'd say these words out loud, move into the third party, kind of the legend scale, like that Grimlock that Steph got me for Christmas from,
Yep.
I can't remember which New Age. Thank you. Because they have so much good looking stuff. And then you can just go to repro labels and buy all the Autobot and Decepticon symbols you need. And, there you go.
There's an unbelievable amount of like terrific third-party Transformers. So maybe
and they're not that expensive. But I mean, they're really not. So I don't know. I'm just kind of, I find myself canceling more than I'm pre-ordering right now, and it's a strange place for me.
Yeah. Let's check the chat here. Let's see here. Mr. Ozone, Super 7 Power Rangers Tyrannosaurus for 25 on Prime. Really That's cool.
That guy, yeah.
Darth Blaze is here. Braku Prime also canceled the N1. Looked like, like gray plastic. It just, I think it's okay, but and I saw somebody paint it up and it looked amazing. It looked so good. But I'm not gonna paint I'm not gonna buy a $130 thing and paint it, or like if it's $75, I might do that, or just deal with it being plasticky. But
feel like you have to paint it,
yeah, and it looks. Otherwise, it looks awesome. Like it looks like a great ship, and that's my concern. Is like it's pretty popular. People really seem to like it, so it may not end up being like a discount bargain basement type thing.
There's a guy I listen to on YouTube. He calls that playing clearance chicken.
Right.
So I don't know if you want to do that with that one.
I saw someone playing clearance chicken with the Thunder Tank today in the DorkLair chat. I forget who it was, but they were like, I'm gonna wait for it to go lower.
X Deaths by I can't tell that name. Mexcox. I forgot to order pre-orders. Yeah, that's why Bill calls me Larry 2 times, because I have a lot of duplicates because I used to do just that.
Or like you order it and then a month later you're like, did I even order that? And you like order it somewhere else and forget one of the orders.
I've started keeping in my notes in my notes app on my phone. I have a Mathx page, a Figure Arts page, a Masterpiece page. So every one of them, what they are, where I ordered them. Same thing with Classified. I found like 5 or 6 that I had duplicate ordered on Pulse and on Amazon. So I canceled a bunch of those because
I was ordering the 3-0 Iron Man figures.
Mm-hmm.
I was sort of bargain hunting and going between Sideshow and Entertainment Earth, and I just got to the point where I didn't want to keep track of what, like if I went in and I was like, did I order this one yet? I didn't want to have to go to 2 different sites. I can just I'm all of my orders are now, like my Sideshow ones all shipped, and all of my pre-orders for those are all Entertainment Earth now, so I always know they're there, and I can just go there to check.
Speaking of 3-0, the 3-0 MDLX Megatron came. Holy crap. That line just continues to be unbelievable. That Megatron is awesome. Oh my gosh, what a good figure that is. And YOLO Park is making some really good stuff too. Their model kits. I got the Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime model kit, and it's less of a model kit, not like the Flame toys. It's more of a modular action figure. You know, I guess they just call it a model kit so they can get around that.
Yeah.
But they have so much good looking stuff coming out, very reasonably priced, like, you know, 50, 40, 50, $60 a figure. And just the quality of these things is unreal.
Odin said, where was it? Stayed away from the sales, but pre-ordered the Max Bird soft goods sets for Veteran William and Blade Master Wang. Nice. I love Max Bird stuff, and it's really good priced cloth goods. Kevin Boots is in the house. Rick Jones, Mr. X, Eric Munoz, Death by Mexico. Let's see, who else should we be shouting out here? Steve Wegling, Rick Jones, Oh Snap, Cloud Foxwell, Darth Blaze. Joe Gonsalves has said he got his DorkLair themed Von box in. Let's see, Cloud Foxwell, Jeff Hoven. I think I got all these. Blaze Bear, Cyber Rat. Yeah, I think we got Guys Not Dolls. Cool. And Rob Zamora. New York Comic Con is going on, but I haven't seen too much like specific news things.
Much new things, like a couple like NECA and Super 7. I've seen their booths, but I haven't seen anything new because they just had Toy Fair, right? Wasn't that a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
So, and I didn't see a lot new there either.
Yeah. Kind of.
It feels like these companies
had more new stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know, when COVID hit, everyone started doing these digital releases and, you know, the live streams. And it feels like for whatever reason, I guess they looked at the return on investment and you know, that's probably much cheaper to do than having a big presence at these shows for companies. And, you know, they're not selling any less. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump into what news we do have. And Four Horsemen is actually there at someone else's table. They have a small presence at New York. They did have a big presence at Toy Fair. They had a big booth, and they said it was a really amazing experience to run that booth there. I was on Jeremy Gerard's show last night on Mythic Conversations on the Mythic Customs channel, and we kind of went through this whole wave and talked about it, and he talked a little bit about Toy Fair and that experience. But yeah, let me pull these up here. Yep, so this sale is coming up this Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and this is the reinforcements. This was a pretty cool one. They had the different like content creators revealing them. There was like every morning there was a new reveal for like 6 days in a row. So it was really fun to just like wake up and have that be the first thing each day, to just have like a new reveal. And I was lucky enough that Four Horsemen, Jeremy mostly, like he invited me to be on his show, and he sent me out the wave to kind of like do pop and swaps and just talk reactions and like share stuff. And of course, I'm going to start working on reviews on these. But yeah, so we have the Cavern Dwarf 2. So it's the Cavern. So they had 3 regular Legion builders, like original Legion builders, just with a new head. And then they had 3 brand new figures, and then they had the Silverhorn Sentry being the exception to the rule, not technically a Legion builder, but you know, a non-named character. So let's kind of go through. So they had the Cavern Dwarf 2, and that has, usually has that dwarf head, but this time it has the new dwarf head from the Deluxe Legion Builders wave added in there, and like this figure is, those Advent of Decay figures are just so loaded. Like the Goblin Legion Builder, I think it has 3 heads, right? This Cavern Dwarf, the Elf Legion Builder, those things are so loaded with extra parts, and it just makes something like the original Gold Knights or those original builders look very minimal in terms of what you get. But Cavern Dwarf is probably one of my top 3 favorite Legion builders. It's so good, and just to add that head on there is awesome.
Yeah, I like that head a lot.
So then the other one was the Gold Knight, and this one's got a little bit of a darker paint job with a little bit of a wash, a little richer, more saturated kind of a color. And then this head here is the head that they added to it. And then the other original was the Ogre 2, and that one got the Archimedes Cyclops head. So these top three here, you know, Caverndorf 2, Gold Knight 2, Ogre 2, those are reissues with a little bonus. Jeremy talked last night about how they realized that they didn't really need to have a product line called Legion Builders and then another product line called Deluxe Legion Builders with $1 difference in price. So they basically said, we're just going to call everything Legion Builders, but we're going to keep them at that Deluxe Legion Builder tier. Like these are all essentially now Deluxe Legion Builder status, but they're all called Legion Builders. And they all come, you know, these three do come with their original heads too. So it's the original figure plus extra. Then they had 3 new characters. They had the Shadow Orc Grunt. They had the Templar Relic Guard. And they had the Vampire Phalanx. And I'm not going deep into these because, you know, we did it last night. We did it Monday night on, you know, we talked about some of them Monday night on Legion's Lounge and stuff. So yeah. My two favorites are the Shadow Orc Grunt and the Vampire Phalanx. Vampire Phalanx has actually brand new parts. The sides, and it's funny because mine doesn't have it on there right now, but the little side wing things on the side of the helmet, those are a new sculpt. And then the Shadow Orc Grunt's head, obviously, is a brand new head sculpt. That is a new orc head sculpt with the, you know, side.
Like the previous
ports.
ones don't have the ports for that.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different look too.
Yeah, that's neat.
But it does have a similar fin on the front, like point. You know, like where's mine? You know, it's got a similar, like right here, like a pointy fin off the front.
Oh,
so
I see.
Kind of harkens back. And then they did 6 reveals with all. So it was Toy Bro, D Amazing, Kent Pool, Shooting the Shelf, Curtis and Jesse, and then Hedgehog Action, and what was the other one? What's the other one I'm missing here? I'm missing one. There was one more, and yeah. So they delayed, and then Wednesday they revealed the Silverhorn Sentry, which a lot of people were campaigning for in the All Stars wave.
Mm-hmm.
They decided, since this only lost by like 5 votes, that they would put this back out in this wave. So that's pretty great.
Cool.
And I now have a Silverhorn. I never had a Silverhorn before, and I never had a Gold Knight before either. So that's really nice to get those 2 in the collection. Knock another 2 off the checklist there. These will be available singly, but this first drop is only going to be all-ins. So you can get all 7 figures for $200 this Saturday, and that's it. You can get 1 all-in, and that's all you can get right now. They will be available at Legion's Con for $30 each. I'm not sure what the Ogre will be, $50, I think. Not 100% sure on that. But everything else will be $30 at Legion's Con, so those will be all there. And then next early 2024, they're going to have a regular in-stock sale where you can, you know, I think they'll limit it to like 12 each or something. You know, you'll have a chance to buy individuals. Yeah. Like if you want to just like army build the vampires or something, you'll be able to do that at that point.
Cool. Yeah, that's it. I mean, we all knew they were going to do it, reinforcements again at some point. So nice to see like a wide variety and pretty different from the last one too.
Yeah, I think my only complaint is no 2.0 figures. Those are starting to become. Yeah, I've read that a lot.
That, you know, like no females too. Yeah.
Yep. I fully so there were 2 that I fully expected. I thought, and one half, you know, was half right, because I thought they would do the original 2.0 vampire Legion Builder. I thought for sure that female Legion Builder, I thought for sure they were going to do that with like an alternate head or whatever. And then I thought for sure they were going to do, since they did the Barbarian, big deluxe Barbarian in the last reinforcements.
Hmm.
I thought they would do the knight, the original knight again this time.
Yeah, like
But
at least one deluxe with a lot of extras.
yeah, full kit, big wide box type thing. But still, I'm very happy with the wave. The Templar Relic Guard armor color is awesome, and it matches the two heads that came with Father Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Those
that's
two knight
cool.
heads. It matches
Yeah,
those perfectly. And then the Phalanx is basically a Black Knight with, different parts. It's a Black Knight paint job. And that matches the black head that's going to come with the next Father Christmas that's shipping in like a couple weeks.
cool.
And then the Gold Knight matches there's like two. There's a
The
black one
other,
and a
yeah,
gold
that
one.
other head.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's check the chat real quick. I feel like
Well, I
they
saw
did it.
this. Oh, sorry. I
No,
didn't
go
know
ahead.
what gifting 10 DorkLair memberships means. From
Oh,
Joe Gun Closet.
interesting.
I don't know
I
what
don't,
that means.
I don't know what that means either. I'll have to check. I'll have to check after and see how people can claim that. Like this is on StreamYard right now. I I doubt StreamYard has any sort of like access to that. So I'll
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
check. I'll have to check later. Maybe I can like hand those out or something. Like maybe next week. I'm not sure what that means.
So, thanks, Joe.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe. That's awesome. Templar and Vamp are gonna be bought so hard. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when they eventually do the the full in stock sale. It'll be interesting to see which one sells out first. Last time the Black Knight sold out first. It was they had a vote. If you remember, they had votes for that wave. It was the
Yeah.
number one vote getter, and it also sold out first.
I know people, love Templars, so yeah, I wasn't. But I don't think for like the deluxe Templar, if that's so like is as crazy as like the original one with basically anything but the red cross. Like, I don't.
Right,
I think that's the most popular.
right, yeah, I think so too. And I think the dullish armor on the what is it called, the Dark Templar. I think that kind of holds it back a little from a lot of people wanting to army build it.
Okay.
I think it's a popular one for people wanting to paint it because
Yeah.
it's like a nice matte. It's like a grippy finish. Like it's really good for painting, but for army building, it's a little dull. So the street date for retailer figures is November 6th. That's right. I forgot. Yep, November 6th is when the retailers will be shipping out Father Christmas and the second Headless Horseman. The other two figures of the retailer wave are pushed out a little further, so those are going to ship separately later on. And so this is Nate makes a good point. He was pretty excited about the initial reveals, but then they surprised us with the Silverhorn Sentry. Was so stoked, yeah. And even like the first three being like, okay, reissues, and then you're like, okay, which other ones are they going to reissue? And then they're like,
Yeah.
boom, here's three brand new
New
figures.
ones. Yeah.
You know,
Are there? I mean, I don't know as much as you. Are there other shadow orcs like that match that skin tone?
there's just Gorthok, and this was
Oh yeah.
one that they're weaving it into the story like these. So Gorthok is part of the Covenant of Shadows, which is going to be a big part of the book that Jeremy and Eric are writing.
Oh okay. Yeah.
And so the storyline has Gorthok being one of the inner circle people who like summon the Dark Four or whatever, and his side henchmen or whatever are the Shadow Orc grunts. And
Nice.
he has spots and like patterns on him, but the overall color is the same. Like, so it kind of looks black here, but I don't know if we can see any of the shots that show it. But if you kind of look on the inside of the legs, you can see it's like more brown. So there's like black faded into brown, like on some
Okay.
of these. Let me see if this. Yeah, you can see it there. How it's like, it'll match Gorthok, and you'll probably be able to like do some swaps with Gorthok too. And I think the armor color is pretty along the same lines, or inspired by the same kind of color palette. All right,
You know, one of the things that I tend to do a lot is go back and rewatch media that I've watched in the past, enjoyed over and over and over. And I'm watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy for about the 967th time right now while I do my cardio in the morning.
Yeah.
And yesterday morning was the Battle of Helm's Deep. And every time I look at their orcs, all I can think to myself is I would love to see these guys be able to do Lord of the Rings, but put their flavor to it. I would love to see that. Because it would because the stuff that they already make would fit so seamlessly in that world. I love seeing that.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, let's move on to this one. Little humor here. So let me flip back to this.
Super rare variant.
Continue to recipe here, but is that an ad maybe? Yeah, so we've got the Marvel Batman, super rare Marvel Batman. I guess they're recalling it like from distributors or something like that. But Mayfax screwed up
hilarious.
royally.
I ordered one.
Go ahead.
So now I ordered a Hobby Link Japan and it didn't ship it immediately. And then they're like, oh, there's been a cosmetic blah, blah, blah defect. They're recalling the figure and they're saying they're supposed to have it back like this month, which I would be flabbergasted if Mayfix can do that. But I was pretty
army of people just sandpapering it off.
That's what I'm wondering, if they're really just going to do that. Like, because what else are they doing? They reprint it with DC. But
so did these things even make it to any U.S. retailers? Because I've got it pre-ordered on Big Bad, but they didn't charge me for the pre-order yet or say anything about it being in. So I guess just the folks over there,
if it's in their
had it.
Shipping containers already, Big Bad might just be getting whatever they get. If it's on the boat or something.
I wonder if they would recall it from them or if they're just doing it with the folks over in Japan.
I feel like that would cost so much money. Like besides, the people like who have it, and it's annoying. Also, Hobby Link, they're not refunding you or anything while they're doing this exchange. It's still in your private warehouse.
Just hurry up and wait.
Ship it or do anything with it.
Oh wow!
Instead of holding on to your money. So and Hobby Link is usually pretty good with their customer service. So if this takes beyond Halloween, I'm gonna be like, yo, you gotta give me my money back until whenever Metacom gives you these things.
As an aside, it always makes me happy to see the detail on the part of the figure that you're never going to see on display.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Isaac here. So this is Isaac Wong, and he, just the fact that he even saw that, it looks like it was probably, since he popped it off, it looks like it was probably below the belt line there.
Wherever the utility belt is. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, J Mac just made the comment of the night. Did either of you guys collect baseball cards when you were younger?
Not really.
Sometimes, yeah.
Do either of you remember the Billy Ripken baseball bat?
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
What was it? Tell me it.
He had some profanity on the baseball bat, and it somehow that picture somehow made it onto the card. And there, if I remember correctly, and J Mac, you can tell me if I'm right. I think there were several variants of it. There was the one that made it out, which obviously was the most expensive. Then they had one with a white bar over it, like they'd superimposed one with a black one. And I can't remember if they just redid a separate one altogether, but that was like whatever year that was. That was the card to get, man. Let me tell you. I've seen them, but I never owned one.
Makes me think of the C-3PO Topps card with the hot rod, with the golden rod,
Yeah.
In the last year or so, once I got back to the cards, I joined some like vintage card collecting, even though I'm not vintage card collecting really at all on Facebook. And the Billy Ripken, it's F face is written on the bottom of his barrel of his bat. And every once in a while I'll see some people who have there's like 8 different variants of how they scribbled it out. It's either a block or it's just scribble or it's whatever, it's white or it's black. So they're people who have like entire collections of just
that's hilarious. That's so funny.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got King Conan. Mezco 112 Collective King Conan is now for pre-order.
You're going to need to pre-order 5 of them for all of the display possibilities. That thing's amazing.
Yeah, there's so
they
much
replace the bodies of the other one. They finally sent me a FedEx label about a month and a half ago for like I had ordered a couple, and 2 of them, the bodies that were, the arm broke. So,
I got so
Wow.
lucky. Now, I'm saying that before I unpack it, but I never had any issues with that. And that Mondo timed order He-Man where people were getting the torso that wouldn't stay together. I got 3 of those, and none of them had an issue. I couldn't.
wow,
I've been really fortunate.
nice, yeah,
Yep. That's awesome. My one thing with this, I was, we basically saw this with a different head when they teased it originally, like this shot.
yeah.
I was hoping he would have pants, trousers. Like I want them to do a Conan with pants, and this would have been the perfect opportunity
Right.
for that. Like I'm going to be actively seeking some like third party pants for him. Like after getting C. Jessum's, this guy, after getting the Townsfolk Hunter in, and just seeing how good pants can be done on a figure like this, like I really want pants for one of my Conans, and I want it now that King Conan's come in. I want it for him. Let me put this guy down.
Yeah, and it's not like they haven't done pants plenty of times for like a Blade or something, like,
Yeah.
similar
Yeah.
leather.
So they have them.
Yeah, they can do it. It's just I don't know. And like, you often see in the comics, you'll see King Conan with pants on, and to me it looks a little silly, like this right here,
The boots are new, right?
Yes.
think-
Yeah, the arm guard. I think all of the belt,
Like everything but
arm
the
guards,
body.
like all the gear is new. Yeah. This is the head right here. I like this head.
Yeah.
That thing's sick. And didn't you say that they changed the way that the scabbards are going to hang so it's not as big a pain in the rear end like the other release was?
I don't know. They changed them on Solomon Kane. Like they're
Okay.
pegs on Solomon Kane, and I think they work great. I have heard some people say that
There's
their
another one
pegs broke on Solomon Kane.
No.
So maybe they aren't as good as I thought they were. Mine are fine though. But yeah, this figure looks awesome. I did not order it direct because they screwed up my Solomon Kane reward points, and I was like, I'm not gonna order it from them until they send me my reward points back, which I'm sure they will. But I
didn't
ordered
even
from
think about
Entertainment
looking
Earth.
at that. As if I get rewarded enough, but I did, like yesterday I went to look because I have like 80 something bucks in rewards, and when it first dropped anyway, I couldn't use rewards. I'm like, all right, well, this is crap. This is the normal release, so
Yeah,
I haven't checked if they fixed it, probably, but
yeah. Hopefully they did. That was the thing, is I went in and I was like, I wonder how many reward points I have, if I should order this direct or get it from someone else. And then that's when I realized, I was like, how do I have 0? I just got Solomon Kane and I haven't ordered anything since like June. So,
yeah.
but yeah, a couple capes after Death Dealer. I'm not super excited about these capes, like, because Death Dealer capes they're too thick, and like they just are just too thick, and they don't sit right, and I don't know. So I'm kind of expecting these to be the same, because these have that kind of thick look to them. So we'll see. I mean, this one might be okay, but this one I have a feeling it's just going to be like, it's just not going to look to scale the same way that the Death Dealer
Right.
cape looks. That's that. So this was, how much was this? $100?
Yeah.
Yeah, $100. And it's a standard regular release. You can order it from, like comic shops and and anywhere you want to order it from. So not too much of a rush on this. But we saw what happened with the first Conan. That was a regular release. So I would say you probably want to pre-order it if you
I would
really
think.
want
Yeah,
the
if you
figure.
definitely want it, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I went with Entertainment Earth. Like, just get it there. I don't have to pay for it now. I don't have to worry about like.
They didn't even do NRDs, right?
Nope.
Yeah, that's nice.
So yeah, so that was that one. And then we are in the last couple days here. I think it ends Sunday. 71 hours to go. Why can't they just tell me when it ends?
That's 3
so
days from now, so yes.
3 days, yeah.
Because math is fundamental, my friend.
So they unlocked everything. They got 3 days left. Now's your chance to get in on these direct. Big Bad Toy Store also has them up. So if you're, like if you can't drop a big chunk of money right now, there's that alternative option. Of course, it'll be a little more expensive, I believe, and they'll ship later. But that is an option out there as well. And these are the guys who are running a giveaway today. So the giveaway is going to be for 3 of these figures. The winner gets to pick any 3 figures. And so what'll happen is I'll do the giveaway, and then I will get the winner in touch with Marco so that they can pick their figures. Then, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait until these figures release. But then next year, when the figures release, that's when you'll get your 3 figures. But you do get to choose which 3 you want, and everything's unlocked. Are they all in this image here? Yeah, they're all in this image. This is a good spot right here. So you get to pick any 3 of those, whoever wins the giveaway. And those guys are. Go ahead, Larry.
Just because that's a pretty awesome giveaway.
Yeah, it's nice. Sweet. So, at the very least, if folks could go over there and like I don't know if there's a like button or what on the Kickstarter, or save it or whatever, share it somehow. But and this is actually, I think this made Projects We Love. I think this made one of their top 10 lists or something like that on Kickstarter. So pretty cool stuff there. But any sharing out that you could do to help support them, because they are supporting us with this giveaway, would be greatly appreciated. But to enter the contest, all you have to do is the hashtag thing. And before actually, let's get the hashtag going, and then we'll pull up their. They're at New York Comic Con, so I thought we could pull up their Instagram and see what they have going on. So I need to get the giveaway tool, start collecting comments. So the race in this world, the race of all these characters are a particular race of being, or a type of Highlander type being or something like that. And it's called the Nibiru. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Banners. Nibiru. Hashtag Nibiru. Nibiru. Nibiru is how you enter. Okay. So put that in the chat. While you guys are entering your hashtags, we'll go check out their Instagram. And we're just got less than 10 minutes to go here, because again, we said it was going to be an hour tonight. So the Meta Travelers Instagram right here. So they're at New York Comic Con. I guess they just have the 2 pictures, but these are pretty sharp pictures, pretty sharp looks at the figures here. Quick Jack, I think his name is. Total retro colors. He looks good. Looks good in this prototype right here. And then this guy. I'm not gonna remember his name, but yeah, he was the top tier unlock. At one point, they unlocked it all at once, and he was the top one. And I think a lot of people are oh my god, we're gonna have to get to the end to unlock it, but it's all unlocked.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there are a couple of those that look really, really, really good, and they would fit almost seamlessly with any sci-fi fantasy line. I mean, you put them I'd put them on the He-Man shelf. I could put them on a lot of different places. Those look so good.
Well, there's such a range, right?
Yeah.
There's so much variety in there.
Well, the line it puts me in the mind of Masters, because the way that was originally conceived it was a world of very advanced technology that had some kind of a cataclysmic war, and it was kind of thrown back to a stone age, and people are finding all this technology everywhere. I think there was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon that had the same plot. One of the barbarians, Thundar or something. But anyway, that's what that looks like to me. It looks like it could be, barbarian or futuristic or whatever.
Yeah, kind of just play with it and mix it with any of your
exactly
lines,
yeah,
which is really, I think they said that's kind of how they envisioned it a bit. It's kind of harkens to the Demistros figure that the PowerCon 4 Horsemen figure there. That's kind of what that was all about too. All right, we got 41 people. Again, about half, which is about typical here. So we are going to spin this thing in less than a minute. And just check the chat here. Ancient Sumer for the supposed hidden planet in the solar system that the Anunnaki come from. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Nibiru is like the non-existent planet. Like that's a real, it's a real thing. It's a
Okay. I didn't
planet.
even know about
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
I teach like a tiny little sliver of creation myths, and the Anunnaki is like a very little minimal thing that I teach. Otherwise, I don't know too much about like Babylonian, Sumerian like stuff. All right, we still got some coming in here. 49.
Yeah, it's almost 2/3.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. 50. Last call, everybody. Get them in. Get them in. And by the way, a reminder: if you do win, make sure that you email me, and you might as well just put your choices in there, put your address in there, just put everything in there, like which 3 figures you want. Go through the Kickstarter and pick your 3, which ones you want. Email me with all that information. I'll get that over to Marco, and then I'll see if he wants to like establish a line of communication, or just go with that, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, enter again because you're paranoid. You forgot. Cloud, don't forget your alarm clock for Saturday morning too.
54 out of 75 is pretty good.
Not bad. Okay, I think we're there. More entries than likes. Hit the like button. That's right. Highly articulated. Thank you. I really liked the highly articulated conversation about Lego and other like kind of like Lego and collecting in general and stuff on the last episode there with Brick something. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. And I think after this we'll wrap it up. It looked like it paused there. There you go, Mecha Rekka. Congratulations.
Rekka.
Dude, congratulations. That's one of
Congrats.
the most killer giveaways that's been done. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
sweet.
so.
The only thing is you gotta wait, right? Like you
Yeah,
gotta wait.
yeah.
It's gonna take a while, but
It's going to be worth the wait. Those things look amazing.
Yeah.
So
The only hard part is going to be deciding what you want.
Mhm.
Yep. So either you can message me on social or email podcast@dorklair.com, and then I'll make sure that Marco has has everything. Yeah, no way. Congratulations. Yes way. Yes
Yeah.
way. And then what? Oh, I just wanted to quickly. We got like 2 more minutes, and I just wanted to quickly do this one. Another Kickstarter that just freaking crushed it. It's like, what is it?
Wow.
Like less than a week
Wow.
in, or it's about a week
Jeez.
in, and it's 279,000 out of 205,000. They're already doing unlocks with the Cyberzoic, with the sci-fi Dino Rider style like dinosaurs. This is the one I'm gonna get.
Oh, that's all. What scale are
saber-tooth.
they?
They're at 1/18th scale.
Okay.
So this is 20-inch long Allosaurus. It's cool because like its armor is like a transformable, like it transforms into like a small vehicle, hover tank
That's
for
pretty
the
awesome.
rider,
Wow.
the pilot. So you get the Allosaurus for let's see, it's $100 for the figure or $155 for like the whole gear with all the gear and figure. They get the Smilodon, saber-toothed tiger, basically, right? $55 for just the tiger, or $100 for the whole thing here. And then they've got this is the dragon that they've been teasing for a while. It's an Arctic dragon, and that's I think 200. Yeah, that's 200.
31
Doesn't have
inches long.
yeah. Look at the size of that thing.
Wow.
Big boy.
That is a big boy.
I believe I saw that. I think that might have been at least, maybe it was unpainted, but I think that might have been at Legion's Con last year. I feel like I remember seeing that. They got bundles. They've got unlocks. So a kilobator, I think, is what this is called, or how it's pronounced. A kilobator. That is, what is that? 150. So 65 for the the feathered dino here. and then you've got the armor turns into like its own mechanical beast type thing
Wow.
on that. That's
Man.
115 for the set. Looks like they've got an army builder, different colorway for the saber-toothed tiger there. And then
What's the name of this line again?
Cyberzoic.
Man, that's real. Those are really cool.
There's no other perfect name for this than Cyberzoic.
No, there's
Right,
not.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna back it for. I haven't backed it yet, but I'm gonna back it for this right here, $100, and get this guy. I don't have room for these other things, but yeah, I'll probably do this. But now I got to decide: do I want to do that or do I want to do this? This kind of has a little retro feel to it here,
Yeah, it
a little
does.
shinier.
Looks like the
There's a lot
Tila
of awesome
armor.
selections.
Looks like the Tila armor from the 85 Masters movie.
Yeah. Okay, so then we got some unlocks. So this one unlocks at 280. Aren't we at 285? Where are they? Oh no, they're almost there.
279.
Not
They'll
there.
probably
Yeah.
be there by tomorrow.
Yeah. So 285, 320. It's like a variant of the Kilobator, right? I think. And then you got the creative team here, Dave Silva. Awesome stuff. Really cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm gonna see them at. I'm pretty sure. So it's Creative Beast. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be at Legions Con again this year, and I feel like I'm gonna be tempted to buy one of their Beasts of the Mesozoic is their first line, just like the straight up dinos.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm gonna be tempted to buy one of those at this year there. Cloud says that we are on the same page with the Smilodon.
Yeah, I've seen them a lot. I think they're at Comic-Con, and I've seen them there. I just never went and picked anything up. But yeah, they look like awesome stuff.
Okay, the Smilodon is 112, but the riders are 118th. Oh, that's cool. So that'll look, and I kind of figured it would look fine. Like, remove the armor and stuff and just put it next to, like, Legions. I think it, that
Yeah,
size would
That'll
be
look
fine.
good.
It's going to look great. But yeah, all right, so I do this all the time. People are going to be, and what's funny is people will put the hashtag in the replay too. I'm like, that's not how it works. But yeah, that'll do it for today. I want to try to come on next week. I really want to try to get Jesse from Toy Pizza, from one of the Glios guys. He said he'd love to come on sometime, and I don't think we're going to be able to squeeze him into Legion's Lounge. So I want to get him on. I want to start talking a little Glios and maybe get Billy Beige on here and get some people that are into Glios and have a little kind of Glios episode as we get closer to Legion's Con.
Nice.
Highly articulated. I didn't realize I need battle dinosaurs until this Kickstarter, right? That's how it is. That's how it is. And how about you guys? You got anything going on?
Just continuing to unpack and get straight and decide what to keep and what to purge.
Yeah.
Third trip in a row. I'm going to New Jersey about a month too early for Legion's Con.
Nice.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Family.
That's nice though to go back see family. I'm traveling this weekend, going to Cape. This is my mom is up because my cousin is getting married on the Cape, and it's Oyster Fest
Nice.
weekend
Oh,
too.
that's
In
fun.
addition to that, so that's like an event that we used to go to every year, and I haven't been probably in probably 7-8 years now. So it'll be fun to check that out again.
Nice.
That'll be fun, man. Y'all have a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you to all the chat members and the super chatters and everybody who's comes in and hangs out with us every Thursday. Thanks a lot, everybody. Until next time, may the force be with you.
Follow me into